Down on my knees and pray to God he keep me sane. Every day we taking substance just to ease the pain. I'm numb to it all, I can't explain, this shit is strange. But in the hood, bad or good, some shit'll never change. Some shit'll never change. People standing on the block, getting knocked by the cops, fools shooting at the ops. Some shit'll never change. Some shit'll never change. Niggas standing by the store trying to get off they little sack. Pops in the hood never had a full amount for the pack. Tell them no, they get some money, they don't know how to act. Young niggas off them drugs with them sticks, they ready to crash. Police get on your ass, you got that shit you do to dash. While you out there having fun, make sure you put some in the stash. All the shit we been through, they don't even know the half. Sometimes it feel good to sit back and just laugh. My hood like the jungle, got them snakes in them lines. If you ain't got tough skin, you be fooled at dinner time. Sometimes you gotta resort to crime, make sure you survive. Know some people working 9 to 5, barely getting by. Know some veterans apply for Social Security, ain't got to knock. In the hood, we was taught what you give us, we multiply. Look me in my eye, if I tell a lie, cross my heart, I hope to die. We just play the cards that we was down and we don't ask why. Look me in my eye, if I tell a lie, cross my heart, I hope to die. We just play the cards, we was down, we don't ask why. Some things will never change, and one day we know we all gotta take that ride. Get down on my knees and pray to God he keep me sane. Every day we taking substance just to ease the pain. I'm numb to it all, I can't explain, this shit is strange. But in the hood, bad or good, some shit'll never change. Some shit'll never change. People standing on the block, getting knocked by the cops, fools shooting at the ops. Some shit'll never change. Some shit'll never change.
They shouldn't even have to buck it out. They already did so much damage to each other.
What would you guys want to say to Yungeen Ace if you could say something to him?
Quit the violence. My mom, know your mom. Just quit the violence. Like, we don't want to get into this, and especially when we live close to your block, that's not real good.
And also, I feel like y'all need to stop all this violence talking about each other's dead relatives. Because I know in some part of your heart, you feel messed up. Just how I said I wasn't on no side. Like, when I heard them talk about how Baby got on the floor and he was crawling, screaming, please don't shoot me. It was sad because you laughed at it like it was a joke. Death is not a joke. Death is something you don't want to play with. Because when you die, you're gone. Let me tell you somewhere to go. Go on Moncrief Road on the north side. They got so much shootings, bro. That's exactly. Baby got killed in 45th Street in Hilltop. You go to Hilltop, you gonna find somewhere.
We're gonna go to Hilltop Apartments right now.
You for real? Don't. I won't do that.
Here at Hilltop Village Apartments.
I was watching this YouTuber, Brandon Buckingham.
Kids know this shit.
Hey, yo, ma.
Smoking these dead ass niggas.
Fuck these niggas, man. You dead ass. What'd you say, babe? She talking about fuck these dead ass niggas.
Mm-hmm. She get right on live talking about some fuck these dead ass. I think she got, not this time, I think when Tommy got shot up, she got shot before. Probably for that, doing shit like that.
How about girlfriend, more gangsters? You want to be out bad niggas.
Girl shit, just, you know.
Oh, these niggas out there.
When I first heard this shit, I thought it sounded like fireworks. Or a war zone overseas. Crazy. That's crazy. Like, what type of coincidence is that? Like, that's crazy. You got on the same hoodie. He got the same sign on the hoodie. Like, that's got the same design on this. That's crazy.
We're gonna kill all you niggas. I don't really need love. That's just like emotion I just show when I'm vulnerable. That shit crazy.
You can't even really be surprised. You know what I'm saying? This is what comes with that life, man. This is what comes with it. When you talk about dead people and you kill people and you know what I'm saying, you participate in this shit, you know what I'm saying? It's just like playing a video game. Shit, you don't win every time. This shit is real life, bro. You ain't gonna win every time. He said, bitch, I'm tired of my mama crying about her son. His brother, boy. That's gotta be. He probably, feel guilty and everything with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, you know what I'm saying, some beef going on to your brother. You take your brother out to eat and shit, and your brother get killed. You gotta see that shit in your mom's eyes every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time your mom cry, you know what I'm saying? Like, gotta be, it's a hard. I can't even,
Vernon Central High School, how may I help you?
I'm going to help you, actually.
Really? I can use some today.
His death, his mom, Sandrika, said that she's making a documentary to tell the real story about his life. Sandrika said people were blaming her for Foolio getting into crazy situations, but she tried to get him to stop dissing ops for years. She even revealed that she had been shot 8 times at one point over his beef in Jacksonville. Sandrika's also showed love to the artists who helped Foolio out, though. She shouted out Zaytoven and Young Thug for co-signing Foolio when he was trying to get started in the rap game, and also said that Foolio's team has a lot of unreleased music that they're going to be dropping soon. Julio still wanted to find a way out of the streets though, and that's when he hopped in the booth and started rapping. Back then, nobody was paying attention to the rap scene in Jacksonville. Julio was still running up pretty big numbers with his early tracks, but what really made him blow up is when he became the face of the most shocking war in rap history. While Julio was getting his name buzzing in the rap game, another rapper from Jacksonville named Yungeen Ace was doing the same thing. A city like Jacksonville having two hot rappers coming up at the same time was a big deal. But what people on the outside didn't know is that Julio and Ace's beef had already been building up behind the scenes. Back in 2017, Julio's cousin Zion Brown was shot and killed by a dude named DeAndre Thomas. Zion Brown was at home with his little sister Taria and 9-year-old cousin. They heard someone throw a brick through the window and called the cops, but the police weren't fast enough. Taria walked into the living room and saw DeAndre.
Stuff like that. That was nuts. And shooting little girls and all type of shit like that. Like, come on, man.
Thomas inside the house. Flipped up and went to a steakhouse. When Ace and his crew left the spot, someone pulled up on him at a red light and started letting off shots. Ace got hit 8 times and survived, but he had to watch his brother and 2 best friends die right in front of him. The beef was already bloody, but it was about to get even worse for Ace's side.
This looks great. Hey, I don't even want this.
A few months after Ace lost his brother and 2 homies, a rapper named Boss Goon was shot and killed after a show at a nightclub in Jacksonville. Boss Goon was the older brother of Ace's homie K-So, and he was heavy in the streets too. Boss Goon had been booked on a murder charge a few years before. He skated on the case because the cops didn't have enough evidence, but then he ended up serving 6 years for a burglary. After he came home, Boss Goon started making music and was trying to leave the streets alone, but he still got caught up in all the...
He fucked up. They being too deep, shit. Too many people got killed. Too many people got killed. Too many family members. They being too deep. Like this shit. That shit crazy, dog. Motherfucker can't even be like, call the troops. I mean, they really can because people down on both sides, but motherfucker, boy, too much pride and demanded respect.
Beat. K-So allegedly shot Bibby and made him fall to the ground. Then K-So stood over Bibby and killed him. K-So eventually got hit with a murder charge for allegedly killing Bibby. But even before the cops caught up to him,
that's what come with it. That's what come with it. On the real, murder charge and death. You know what I'm saying? On the real. Like,
Everyone already thought he pulled the trigger. After Bibby died, K-So wore a Bibby jersey and clowned him on social media. K-So also put Bibby's face on one of his album covers along with Zion Brown and a bunch of other people. Then K-So dropped the track K-So Bitch and raps, ATK don't do no drive-bys. He ain't going to the hospital. Dead flies. Who the fuck want to play with us? Fuck they dead guys. Bibby had a closed casket. I wasn't surprised. And I don't know why y'all call him Pop Out, because Mike gon' But even if they weren't really related, Bibby was like family to Foolio. Bibby's death didn't just turn up the war between Foolio and Ace though, it also caused a beef inside 6 Block. A dude from 6 Block named K Shorty was tight with Foolio because they came up in the same hood, but K Shorty was even closer to Bibby. They were around the same age, but K Shorty was allegedly a lot more active in the streets and got hit with
On the real, they gotta learn that be smart. It ain't all about being tough. Be smart. You know what I'm saying? Make your move smart. Motherfucker be like, man, fuck it all. I'm going over here, man. I don't care. I got my gun. You can die with your gun.
4 attempted murder charges when he was 16. K Shorty got off with just 18 months in juvie because the attempted murder charges got dropped. And that's when he decided to switch up how he was moving and started rapping. Foolio allegedly told K Shorty he'd help him out in the rap game when he came home from juvie. But Bibby's death changed everything. K Shorty knew how dangerous it was to be around Foolio. He was already the most hated rapper in Jacksonville. And K Shorty didn't want Bibby to hang out with Foolio and get caught up in the drama. Unfortunately, Bibby didn't listen though and was spending a lot of time with Foolio, which put a bigger target on his back. K Shorty blamed Foolio for Bibby getting killed, and on the track Who Really Killing, K Shorty dissed him over the situation and rapped, "Had to realize niggas out here dying and the rest doing time while Foolio chilling. Niggas stay lying about studio time. He ain't even drop a dime when a nigga was drilling. He was round the block when Bibby had died. He ain't getting no car, he just got in his feelings." Then Foolio clapped back and dissed K Shorty for getting his girlfriend killed and rapped, "And you got shot so many times, they say you target practice. You got that little girl killed. Man, that shit tragic. You say I ran on Osama, I was nowhere near. Pop Out left my little brother. Get that shit clear." Back in 2020, a girl named Anandi Weish went on a date with K Shorty and dropped him off at his crib. But before she could get out of the area,
Motherfuckers shooting the memorial services with grandmas and kids and everything there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who killed Jake's homie. No Hospital gang allegedly took out Jake too. After he died, an NHG affiliate posted a photo of Julio and Jake in front of 2-3's grave and wrote, "The biggest mistake anyone on earth could have did. It's not clear if Julio's death had anything to do with the picture he posted with Jake Jit in front of 2-3's grave. But rumors say that the ops have been hunting him ever since that photo came out. Julio knew how dangerous the situation was, but unfortunately, he never really made it out of the trenches. Even after he started racking up millions of views and had his face all over the news, Julio stayed in Florida where he was surrounded by ops. The war in Jacksonville has slowed down for a little while, but Julio's death is probably about to spark a whole new wave of violence in the city, and there's no telling what's going to happen next."
shit, everything already happened.
I think about it every day.
All they gonna just
In what ways? Like I could lose one of my dogs a day.
Jacksonville rapper Charles Jones, known as Julio Foolio, shot and killed in Tampa. A birthday celebration that took a turn for the worst. Now cars filled with bullet holes are at the center of an investigation to find out why famous rapper Julio Foolio, who just turned 26, was shot early this morning.
More police are still looking for the person who shot him, a rapper, and hurt 3 others outside of a hotel there.
What do you think happens or believes happens when someone passes away?
Believe you go to heaven or you get reborn again.
On June 23rd, 2024, Charles Jones, also known as Julio Foolio, was ready to celebrate his 26th birthday. Known for his gritty rap lyrics that vividly
R.P. to Julio. That's crazy how much he used 23 and he died on 23rd.
depicted life on the streets of Jacksonville. Foolio had garnered a substantial following. The day began with high spirits as Foolio and his entourage gathered at an Airbnb rented specifically for the occasion.
You got to add it. You got to add it, man. Push up. We just got to this bit. Tampa, Florida, man. You already got to add it to the pool party. Push up at 5:30, man. Push up at 5:30, man. We finna get.
This shit show you can win 100 times, boy. You put your guard down one time.
Everything right. Push up at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Foolio made one possible critical mistake by making his location public, knowing that a $50,000 bounty was on his head.
You had 50K on your head.
Yeah.
The plan was to enjoy a pool party, taking advantage.
And these little niggas out here nowadays, they'll do it for a couple G's. So imagine 50.
Of the Florida sunshine. Videos and photos shared on social media showed Foolio and his friends enjoying themselves, capturing moments of laughter and camaraderie.
Appreciate everybody popping out for my birthday, you know what I'm saying?
Birthday! Happy birthday!
Everybody got their socks, put their socks in the air, man. Okay, David. Everybody take this shit on 3, man. 1, 2, 3.
However, the celebration hit an unexpected snag. The group exceeded the occupancy limits of the Airbnb, prompting the host to ask them to leave.
After a social media post from Julio Foolio said he and his friends were kicked out of an Airbnb. They found themselves at this Holiday Inn where hotel guests like...
Undeterred, Foolio and his friends relocated to a Holiday Inn in Tampa, determined to continue the festivities. Unfortunately, this change of venue would set the stage for the tragic events that...
The way they came and like somebody definitely
followed.
We deep as hell, 20 deep, lit everywhere we go.
As the night progressed into the early hours of June 24th, the mood remained celebratory. But at approximately 4:40 a.m., the tranquil night was pierced by the sound of gunfire. Foolio was ambushed in the parking lot, where he was shot and lost his life. The scene quickly descended into chaos as bullets flew, leaving Foolio deceased and 3 others fighting for their lives. Despite the injuries, the other victims survived. The black sedan bore the brunt of the assault, its front riddled with bullet holes. Paramedics worked swiftly to tend to the survivors.
Thank you so much to the Farm Stock for sponsoring today's video. As you saw, our food is delivered straight to our doorstep, so it
Survivors, but Foolio succumbed to his injuries. The immediate aftermath of the shooting saw a flurry of social media activity. His mother, Sandricus Mays, made a heartfelt post on Instagram, expressing her grief and announcing plans for a documentary about her son's life. In her post, she included clips from Foolio's childhood and his rise in
On the real, the internet always got something to say. If his mama want to make some money off whatever she can, man, shut up. Like, let her. That's her son. Like, y'all gonna get mad. Come on, man. Sit back. Let her make as much money off her son as she wants. Like,
into the rap industry. She emphasized that she would soon tell the real story of Foolio, addressing the complexities and realities of his life that only she knew. Sandricus also reflected on her son's involvement in the rap feud and the street lifestyle that ultimately led to his demise. She mentioned how she consistently urged Foolio to move away from the gang conflicts and change his lifestyle. Foolio knew that she had been shot 8 times, but chose not to retaliate, hoping to set a different example for her son.
Her house got shot up. The house we was staying in, she got shot in the thigh.
Foolio's family and close friends were devastated by his passing, but knew the things he had been doing. He didn't consider himself a positive role model.
To go through what I went through, but I'm the type, I go talk to the youth though, like juvenile facilities and all that. I want to do stuff like that, like to set up right, but I wouldn't want no kid to grow up like me and go through what I had to go through, losing people, getting shot, houses getting shot up. You know what I'm saying? Hell no.
So you would tell a kid to not be like you.
Yeah. Shit, 10 out of 10.
That's real.
And many others agreed.
When you seen the news today, were you shocked?
No. Shocked for what? The nigga worked hard to get. yeah, that nigga there.
some kids in the hood be forced in those situations. You know what I'm saying? And it's and if you the beginning of the story, he got shot at coming from school as a kid. So that shit, you got to think about that shit. Like that shit fucked him up, but he got shot as a kid coming from school. Julio Foolio got shot as a kid coming from school, and that was the first time. So imagine he had to think about, damn, they ain't kill me. I gotta make sure I keep a gun next time or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it.
Some users speculated that Foolio's shooting incident was a result of sharing his location publicly on social media, which might have led to the ambush at the Holiday Inn, where he was celebrating his 26th birthday. There was also accusations and rumors about the possible involvement of individuals close to Foolio, including a friend who was believed to have connections with his rivals. Local police and community leaders urged for peace and a cessation of the ongoing.
Both of his friends had connections with his rivals
and gang feud.
With the people that was there.
Following the ambush at the Holiday Inn, Tampa police swiftly began their investigation.
I'm just saying.
The scene was cordoned off, and detectives worked to gather evidence and piece together the events leading up to the shooting. The feud between KTA and ATK dates back several years and has roots in personal vendettas and the broader gang culture in Jacksonville, Florida. ATK, or Ace's Top,
half of their life
is a gang led by Yungeen Ace. KTA, which stands for Kill Them All, is a gang said to be associated with Julio Foolio, although he denies being involved with the group. One of the earliest and most significant incidents of the feud was the murder of Zion Brown, Foolio's cousin, in May 2017. Zion Brown, only 18, tragically lost his life in a triple shooting on May 27, 2017, in Jacksonville, Florida. DeAndre Thomas, a 19-year-old associated with the ATK gang.
That's another thing that make a domino effect. When your family members get killed, people that you grew up with and shit, and was raised with your family members and shit. So you like, you're gonna protect yourself by any means necessary. Like, shit, you don't know when you gonna die.
Gang was arrested and charged for the hit and 2 attempts for the shooting that also injured 2 girls, aged 9 and 16. Some say the hit of Zion Brown was the beginning of the vicious cycle of retaliation between KTA and ATK. On June 5, 2018, near the St. John's Town Center in Jacksonville, Yungeen Ace, whose real name is Keontae Bullard, and his friends were ambushed as they left a birthday dinner at Wasabi Japanese Steakhouse. The assailants opened fire on their vehicle. 3 of Ace's
Why are you not investing in tax? No, seriously. Why are you not investing into one of the most incredible real estate?
Old pictures when that happened.
Companions.
It was young as hell.
The group was eating there Tuesday night. Wednesday afternoon, JSO released information that 2 of the victims were gang members, not naming which gang or which 2, but said one was injured, pointing to Ace as the one suspected of gang activity.
Yungeen Ace was shot 8 times, but survived. The cycle of retribution might have ended there, but it would only
being shot and surviving, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's you gonna try it, you know.
Get worse. Next, Corbin Johnson, an 18-year-old from Jacksonville, Florida, went missing on July 11, 2018, and his skeletal remains were discovered 1 year later in a wooded area of northwest Jacksonville. The remains were found wrapped in a plastic bag, about 12 miles from where he was last seen.
That's crazy.
The discovery of Corbin's remains intensified tension within the Jacksonville rap scene, especially after Julio Foolio referenced Corbin in his diss track, Ops Part 2. In the song, Foolio directly mentioned Corbin, stating, Corbin they found his bones, he was rotten. This fueled rumors and speculation about Foolio's potential involvement, or at least his intimate knowledge of the crime. In February 2019, Julio Foolio's younger brother, Adrian Gaynor Jr., aka Bibby, was also killed in a shooting at an apartment complex. Bibby was just 16 years old at the time of his passing. Queso, who was affiliated with Yungeen Ace and ATK, was eventually arrested and charged for the hit of both Lil Buck and Bibby, after his own father provided critical testimony against his son, identifying Queso as the shooter. The situation between the 2 gangs continued escalating, and in 2019, another mass shooting occurred outside the Paradise Gentlemen's Club, resulting in the passing of KTA rapper Willie Addison, also known as Boss Goon. Throughout 2020, multiple attempts were made on the lives of key members of both gangs. Charles Quentin McCormick Jr., a KTA rapper known as Lil Buck, lost his life January 2020. The shooting occurred in broad daylight in Jacksonville, Florida, and was witnessed by an off-duty police officer who pursued the suspects until they crashed their car and fled on foot. The suspects then committed a home invasion to evade capture, changing clothes before being picked up by an accomplice in a different vehicle. Fueling the beef between the 2 gangs, in March 2021, Yungeen Ace, along with 3 other rappers, released a diss track, Who I Smoke. This track, which samples Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles, quickly went viral. The names the rappers mentioned were all Jacksonville rappers and gang members who had lost their lives in the feud, and nearly all of them had close ties to Foolio. The song is borderline incriminating.
Exactly. Like but damn near can't use, but they not supposed to use music against, but they do. But the shit, how y'all saying this shit?
As the 4 rappers featured on the song all but admit their involvement in the murders. There's also a section of Who I Smoke that references someone they intended to, surviving and going live.
Nigga, I know niggas mad I ain't saying it. Niggas mad I ain't okay. What you talking about? Niggas, yeah.
Some speculate that this was a reference to one or more of the times Foolio was shot and went live afterward, with KTA promising in the song to keep trying till they succeed. Julio Foolio's response to Yungeen Ace's provocative track, Who I Smoke, came in the form of When I See You, a diss track that remixes Fantasia's R&B song. The music video features Foolio at a gravesite, holding up a poster of Yungeen Ace's deceased brother and friends, directly mocking his rivals. The release of When I See You quickly went viral, amassing nearly 1 million views within 24 hours. Foolio had been shot multiple times through the years, even before the vicious cycle of retribution began.
Boys from that hood actually that morning, and they thought I had something to do with it. Like, and he getting on the school bus. So when I was on the way to school, when I got there, everybody was like, "Bro, they say you had something to do with such and such time, bro. We know you had something to do with it." Blah blah blah. So I'm like, hell nah, I was on the way to school, which I was. I'm on the way to school.
After the feud between ATK and KTA started, the attempts on Foolio's life became more frequent. In July 2020, when Foolio was leaving a recording studio in Houston, Texas,
to go get a vape from the stove. So I hopped in the car, and I guess I got ambushed. Somebody was waiting on me when I pulled out the driveway and shit. And I saw the car, like I saw a little glimpse of the car. But by the time I got to the stop sign, they hopped out and went to shooting and shit. They shot the car. Then I just went to hit, and I went to driving type shit.
he was ambushed and shot. Foolio survived the attack and took to social media to address the incident.
Bitch nigga shot me, but they ain't kill me. On Kendrick.
They tried to, fool. They tried to.
Fucking stupid.
The next year, Foolio was involved in yet another shooting. On November 8th, 2021, Foolio was shot at shortly after exiting his vehicle in the 2000 block of Ernest Street in Jacksonville's Riverside neighborhood. Foolio claimed that his assailants fired over 100 shots, but failed to do more than graze him.
At the popular Jacksonville drill rapper Charles Jones, who performs under the name Foolio, was shot in the foot.
In October 2023, Julio Foolio was once again shot in the foot while driving through a residential neighborhood near Paxton School for Advanced Studies in Jacksonville, Florida.
Vernon Central High School, how may I help you?
Internet, you know.
Really?
Can't really blame it on the internet.
I wanted to go get it from the stove. So I hopped in the car, and I guess I got ambushed. Somebody was waiting on me when I pulled out the driveway and shit. And I saw the car, like I saw a little glimpse of the car. But by the time I got to the stop sign, they hopped out and went to shooting and shit. They shot the car. Then I just went to hit, and I went to driving type shit.
This prompted him to release a combination of music videos entitled Get Back, Recovery. Some hoped this would be a turning point for Foolio, but he seemed unchanged.
Is this a wake-up call for you?
I ain't gonna count. This shit happened like often. Like I ain't new to this shit, so I ain't gonna say it's a wake-up call, but it definitely like showing me I don't need to be in Jacksonville like that no more. I don't need to be chilling down there no more. I need to I got a whole house out of town, big ass house. I don't need to be at.
On the same day as Foolio's passing,
you got shot in.
Yungeen Ace released a diss track titled Do It. The timing of the release added fuel to the speculation about Ace's possible involvement in Foolio's death. The track's lyrics were aggressive, making references many interpreted as celebrating Foolio's demise. In Do It, Yungeen Ace raps about orchestrating hits and taking out his rivals. which seemed particularly poignant in the context of Foolio's recent passing. This was followed by the release of Yungeen Ace's new diss track, Game Over, 4 days later. The track's content was aggressive, directly referencing the feud and mocking the recent events surrounding Foolio's untimely passing. Lines such as, 4 in the car, and one of them.
I ain't gonna, that song, it went hard. That song went hard. I don't know. I don't really like do it like that. That shit right there bumping though. I ain't gonna lie. Like
3 got hit
like that,
were highlighted by listeners and critics alike, especially given the ongoing investigation into Foolio's hit. The release of both diss tracks may also have potential legal implications. Given the timing and content, law enforcement officials are likely to scrutinize the track for any information that can aid in the investigation into Foolio's hit. Legal experts note that while using rap lyrics as evidence is controversial, the specific details and timing of such releases could provide valuable insight into the motives and actions of those involved. While the police claim they are working hard to investigate and that they won't tolerate any retribution.
I've never seen so much devaluing of human life. You know, it's like it's fun, and they talk about it in rap videos and songs, and it's just doesn't make any sense.
Yungeen Ace insists the police in their area have actually encouraged the beef between them. But the cycle of retaliation may have already continued. Days after the passing of Foolio, a member of 1200, known as ATK Fizzle, was killed. This cycle is only expected to continue as law enforcement officials have failed to put a stop to the ongoing feud. While many are saddened by the passing of Foolio, many people feel like he caused it on himself due to the lifestyle that he lived. One can only wonder what he could have made of his life if he had only adhered to the many attempts on his life and made a change for the better. There's no doubt that he was a talented rapper, but he is yet another rapper that got caught up in the cycle of the streets. Only time will tell if any arrests will be made.
Julio Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones, was confirmed at the scene while 3 other shooting victims were taken to the hospital. No one has been arrested in connection to this shooting.
Julio Foolio left behind his girlfriend, Manny, as well as his loving mother, Sandricus Mays.
In the event you do pass away, what do you want to be remembered for?
As a funny, good-hearted young man who loved his people, loyal to his people.
Rest in peace, Julio Foolio.
Restaurant store.
30 chairs, non-squeak.
Restaurant store.
15 non-wobbling tables.
Restaurant store.
Add 8 cases of pint glasses.
Restaurant store.
Lights.
Restaurant store. Add a set of knives.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we out of here now. I'll give it y'all. Give it y'all a little bit.